Alright, what's up, you guys? Welcome to another SHARKNEWZ XTRA episode, as today is part 3 of diving deep into the Mythic Legions line by Four Horsemen Studios. Um, if you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, go ahead and check that out. But in today's part, it's going to be a bit of a 2-in-1 because, as you can see here, as we are diving deep into the Mythic Legions line, in this particular wave, there are only 6 characters, so we're going to dive into another wave, which I think has 8 characters to kind of give it a full rounded video. Whereas, I don't want this to be too short. So, in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Mythic Legions 1.5, at least in this beginning portion of it. So, again, be sure to check out parts 1 and 2, and we're going to go ahead and check this out. So the second Mythic Legions release made available for order on sourcehorseman.com in late February of 2016. All right, so now we are a year later, as the first few parts 1 and 2 was in 2015. Now we're heading into 2016. It saw the introduction of 4 new characters created using parts from the initial 1.0 wave, along with 2 giant troll figures known as Mythic Legions 1.5. This wave would establish a platform for the line of creating new characters from the large Mythic Legions parts library. This wave is also notable because it introduced the first of the popular Templar figures into the realm of mythos. And it's also included the first PowerCon debut of Mythic Legions. So good introduction there. So up first, let's take a look at Forrest Troll. Ooh. All right, so we got a Forrest Troll here, big beefy looking dude. Wow, I mean, the detail on this is like you can tell from waves 1 and 2 that, at least in this part 3 video that I'm doing, they updated and upgraded their details. So look at not just the head sculpt, which looks absolutely fantastic, but the gradients of the beige onto the greens and the black rock-like molds on the shoulders, and then just the green like fur textures on the like the outer of the forearms, and then just those silver gauntlets, the toes, which has like these brownish, I don't know what you want to call it, kind of looks like fungus or mildew with like rusty nails. Definitely has that troll vibe for sure. The big giant teeth, the two teeth in the front that we see, or there's 4 technically. The yellow eyes, very cool, man. Very beefy. And look at that cloth piece that he has on his waist. That's so badass. Yeah, this is a great start into the line for sure. Next, we have Ilgarr. Okay, so Ilgarr is a hybrid of the skeleton figures from series 1.0 and I guess the dwarfs, kind of. So we can see here the skeleton has more of a darker bronze, or should I say gunmetalish gray color tones, but the blues, the oranges, and the browns really do complement each other well with the accents of the armor pieces. So that's really cool. So we've seen the molds and designs of these before, just different color schemes now. But the big highlight here is that he does come with one of those other extra dwarf head sculpts that we've seen prior, with the winged helmets and the beard. So that's actually great, because it's like if this was a storytelling, they would assume that this is an actual like human or dwarf, and then you find out that he removes the helmet and it's an actual skeleton. I mean, I would think that's pretty interesting, kind of creepy storyline for sure. Next, we have Pixxus, another skeleton. Nice, again, kind of like trapping the other humans in the sense of thinking it's a human, but it's an actual skeleton warrior. Look at the bronze orangish color by the legs, or like the shin guards and boots. You can tell like looks like a rustic charm to it, which is very cool. Adds more detail to the blues. The shield, the weapons, all that is nice. Good accents to the colors. Otherwise, everything is pretty decent for what it is. I mean, yeah, I mean, standard, but good at the same time. So I like this one. Next, we have Sir Godfrey. All right, you guys know I'm not a big fan of knights per se, so don't have too much to say about it other than good whites, good silvers, good shield, nice golds against the silvers, and then the red feather pieces on top. So, yeah, that's nice. Next, we have the Stone Troll. So we're back again with another troll. And like the name says, Stone Troll. He's got the color schemes of more earthy tones. Got the coral, beige, pinks with the grays. Kind of like skin tones, muted colors. Nice head sculpt though with those different unique teeth and then the two sharp ones on the sides with the little pointy ears and the red eyes. Nice weapon too. Holy shit. The cloth piece with the ripped browns or the beige khaki with the whites underneath. Can't really tell the light details, but man, that looks sick. Props to them on the shading department. That looks amazing, man. Even that head sculpt. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful head sculpt. Holy shit. Next, we have Unkann. This is an orc. So we've seen the orc before, but now he has more just, I guess, plain orange armor pieces. We've seen this armor before, but we see some mixing and matching of different characters or like character designs from. But the green skin tones looks good, and the blues to contrast as well against the orange and green skin, and then very interesting color scheme though, light blues with orange and green. That's pretty fascinating. All right, other than that, that's basically series or Mythic Legions 1.5. So now let's go back here and take a look at where we are now in the timeline. Next, we're going to take a look at the Covenant of the Shadow. This is 4 figures, so let's read this really quickly. This is offered for pre-order on sourcehorseman.com starting on June 16th. The Covenant of the Shadow Wave added 8 new figures into the realm of mythos, including the popular Templar Legion builder and the line's second deluxe accessory-filled builder set, the Knight Builder. This wave was also the first one to have an overarching storyline presented as part of the release. So then it talks about the storyline. Okay. So up first, we have Baron Volligar. Let's take a look at this one. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, so we got some purples with the silvers and blacks. Looks like he's got like a bat on the top of his head. Nice type of shield. Can't really see too much, but the detail sculpting looks pretty wild. So, yeah, I mean, wow. The color schemes, though, is very awesome. I love that purples. Definitely pops out against all the silvers and blacks. Nice. I think it's got red eyes too, so wow. Let me just quickly take a look at this photo. But yeah, I mean, good shield. I love the deco on the shield and then the torso piece too. So is that 2 different figures? Looks like 2 different ones. I mean, that's a full body shot there. I don't know, the torso piece looks different compared to the first one I just saw, but yeah, otherwise, this is cool. Oh, it's a vampire. He's part of the vampire race. Good shit. No wonder that explains the bat. Up next, we have Cador, who is a human, the barbarian knight. Yeah, looks like he's got that Shao Kahn hammer from Mortal Kombat, but the humans, again, I'm not too interested in, but decent, good helmet, nice bronze, good muscle definition. Yeah, I mean, we've seen most of this before, so nothing too crazy here, but good design. Next, we have Gorthokk. Holy shit. This is a shadow orc. Ooh. Light green eyes, good teeth, kind of has like a darker, like I said, so it's self-explanatory shadow. I love the color scheme of the armor though. Those yellows, the blues, the golds. Hits well really with the black skin tones. Yeah, just that light blue armor pieces, and yeah, holy crap, there's a lot going on in this figure. Let's see if there's another. Maybe check this one out. Roughly the same thing, but yeah, holy shit, dude. It's wow. That's impressive. I really don't know what I'm looking at, but it looks so damn good. I mean, just by this photo we see up here, that looks intense. Shadow Orc, very nice. Or Gorthokk. Up next we have another knight. Yeah, it's fine. Don't really have too much to say about it. Not really, knights are not really my thing, but really cool. Got a lot of accessories and interchangeable parts. It's kind of like the ultimate knight, I suppose. Good weapons and accessories. Next we got Scaphoid, or hold. I don't know. Poison skeleton. So it is magic user. Whoa. Look at the shading and coloring of the yellows and lime greens and light greens. Wow. The purples do work really well. Look at the cloth piece, how it goes from purple to the greens on the bottom. The cloth piece on the torso, or like the waist, that looks sick. Even the top of the head of the skeleton is like light green, goes into light yellow or lime yellow into like the light green with the golden armor. Wow. That is beautiful, man. That is beautiful. That's a good one, actually. I like this one. Next, Silver Horn Sentry. Ooh. Whoa. So we've seen this one, I think, before. But antlers, different color scheme with the like opaque yellow with the bronzish color scheme with the light green waist piece and the loincloth or whatever, and then the shield looks great, the hooves. Interesting, man. Can these be oh wait, hold on. Yeah, so there's one with it and one without, so with the horns or antlers. That is sick. Very cool. Next we have the Templar Knight. That's fine. We've seen most of this before, so nothing too crazy there. And then we have Torrion. Ooh. So this was basically really reminiscent to the first figure we talked about in part 1. But this one's got more armor pieces, nice light blues, contrast as well against the black skin tone. Got that buffalo ram horn type thing. Very cool. Nice horns, eyes. Maybe the head sculpt could have had a little more detail in terms of shading and coloring, but still, that's a beautiful looking figure. Yeah, I like it. All right, so, I mean, just quickly looking at it from this angle. So he does got some texturing there by the nostrils, so that's nice. And he got some dings and damages on the armor pieces, so battle damage, that's good. All right, so other than that, that was part 3 of the Mythic Legions line, as we just went over Mythic Legions 1.5, which is 6 figures, and then the Covenant of the Shadows. So it says here that there's a thing called All Stars, which talks about the reissuing 6 of the most popular figures from 1.0 wave. So they reissued these figures, which we've already talked about before. But in part 4, we will now dive into the second. Oh, sorry. We will talk about the. Where am I? Oh, the Advent of Decay, which is the second Kickstarter powered wave, introduced 43 new figures, including the first females in the line. So we're going to talk about that in part 4. But for now, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to give a like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in the next episode as the journey to, you can see here all these figures we got to go over. That's a lot. So as the journey to the 4 Mythic Legions, 4 Horsemen figures is still on its way. So stay tuned for part 4. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give a like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in the next episode.